Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, The Journey to Justice. Let's talk immigration. Immigration and the Trump laws that are going to go into effect in 2020 in December at the end of the year. Now, this may affect a lot of people. This might scare a lot of people. If you have been a permanent resident to the good old USA for, who knows, quite a few years, 2 years, 3 years, 30 years, 40 years, well, this might be a time to start seriously thinking of becoming a United States citizen. Not only can you vote, well, what else is there? You can vote. And your travel into other countries, leaving the country for a period of time, will be better for you, because when you are a permanent resident, you leave the country, you only have so much time to be out the country. But if you are a citizen, you can go stay in certain countries for a period of time and not worry about it. But when you are a permanent resident, you are on a restriction. So, let's talk immigration. Welcome back. Let's talk about it. Okay, there's many people out there, thousands and thousands and thousands of immigrants that immigration is dealing with. Now, the U.S. Immigration system saw many changes ordered by the Trump administration during the year 2019, including some that will take effect in 2020. Now, Trump wants to make money. He wants to make America great, and he welcomes immigrants from all over the world. But in the past, immigration was immigration, and they were in a league of their own. And whatever they made from applications, permanent residence, citizenship, all those fees, they kept, and the money just kept on going around. It was used for this, it was used for that. And Trump has given them a pay raise. Yes, guys, Trump has just realized that, wow, we could be making a lot of money on immigrants. So he has the fees. They will be going up slowly but surely. And he has given us enough time to make your mind up now. Become a citizen of this great country, or we'll make you suffer. Yes, guys, there are some threats there. He wants to make America great again, and some of these immigrants that have come in this country are not desirable. They are terrorists in disguise, or they've come over to the country to steal his money. Now, you know he's building that Great Wall of China there over in Texas and Mexico's border. And now he has to fund the wall. He's thinking of ways to make a little bit more money to finish this wall. The biggest border in the USA. Well, it's a wall. Not just any wall. It's a massive iron of steel. So guys, if you're interested in immigration, let's chat about it, because I do know a lot of people. So guys, if you are interested in immigration because you are a permanent resident or thinking of coming over to America and applying for immigration, works permit, all those kind of things, or becoming a citizen. Now, some laws that are going into effect will help people that have been here for many years. So, but it's not going to help them by much. It might exempt you from this, exempt you from that, because they haven't quite got their details together yet, exactly what is going on. But I do know a few things that are going on. The fees are going up. They're going to make it a lot harder to get into the country. They're going to do maybe more checks, more security, and citizenship for this country fee is going up also. But it's not all going up at one time. Some of it is going up in the year 2020 towards the end of the year, and they will take effect. And one of those will take effect is citizenship. So listen out, guys, listen out. The reason is the changes by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, will have a significant impact on the lives of millions of immigrants living legally in the United States. This is designed to slow legal immigration and strengthen the Department of Homeland Security ability to enforce immigration laws. Some of the changes create obstacles in the immigration process. Others streamline the path to obtain immigration benefits. The following in immigration policies that were adapted or proposed last year, the year 2019, and will affect immigrants this year, 2020. The cost hikes for key immigration process. USCIS plans to increase its fees this year, 2020, including an 83% increase for a U.S. citizenship through naturalization application from $640 to $1,170. But it could be more. It's up to $2,000 and something dollars in some cases. This move, it will also charge $50 to asylum seekers for their application. So if you are seeking asylum in the good old USA, you have to make sure that you got $50 for the application. Now, a lot of asylum seekers don't have any money. So now Trump administration is coming up with another idea how to make America great and charge them $50. Now listen up. That will make the United States one of only 4 countries around the world that charge a fee for humanitarian protection. Other increases will hit petitions for employment authorization. There's a form called the I-765, which will go up by 20%, $490. And for removing conditions on permanent residence obtained through marriage, that's a form I-751, which will go up by 28% to $760. The USCIS is expected to soon publish a final rule with other new fees. Changes in citizenship test and new reasons for denial. During the fiscal year 2019, USCIS approved citizenship for 334,000 legal permanent residents, an 11-year high according to government statistics. Right. So what do you think of that, guys? In a FY 2019, naturalization numbers reached an 11-year high with new citizens and approximately 4,000 naturalizations ceremonies. And they look forward to improving our new immigration efforts and welcoming more U.S. citizens in 2020. But now there's the but. Permanent residents who apply for citizenship after December 2020 will face a more challenging test in which immigrants must prove they can read, write, and speak basic English and have essential knowledge of U.S. history and government. Because of the review of the current exam ordered by immigration officials. A memorandum titled Revised of Naturalization Civics Test announced there will be changes in the exam, questions about the U.S. government and history, as well as an oral test of knowledge of the English language. How about that, guys? Now, how is this going to affect asylum seekers when they probably don't speak a word of English, let alone know the history of United States of America? Well, we'll see how that goes into play. We'll see how that comes into play. Right. I think I could pass that, I think. Now, the history test, the knowledge of the government and how it works, and you've got to be able to speak basic English. Oh boy. Now, I better hurry up and get my citizenship, I think. I might have to apply for it this year. I see things are getting a little bit heated in the immigration department, and that's because Trump wants to finish this wall. I don't know, but he just like give immigration a new makeover and a pay raise. Yeah, because somebody's got to pay for the buildings, haven't they, and the security and and everything like that. So these are some of the facts that will be definitely going into effect, guys. So if you are listening to this and you are a permanent resident, you've been for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, this might be the time of thinking to become a citizen of the United States of America, because not only that they putting the fees up, they are they can deport you for a lot more reasons now. For a lot more reasons. Now, if somebody is applying for citizenship and they've been here, a long time, but if they've got a record, and a record like, not just parking tickets or anything like that, or anything to do with divorce and child support, or any court cases like that. But if you apply for citizenship and you've got something on your record in the last, they may go back 3 years or something. 3 years. Just say 3 years. It's around 3 years. It could be 5 years, but I think it's 3 years. You may be denied because of it. But if it's more than the stipulation time, like 3 or 4 or 5 years, then they will not use that against you if you have got something on your record, major on your record. I mean, like, I don't know, it could be a felony or something. It could be something, maybe not that severe, I don't know, but just something more than traffic tickets, parking tickets, you know, a drunk driving, say, or something like that. If it's been on your if it's been on your record less than 3 years, it will be used against you. So I advise you guys, if you are applying for citizenship, you don't have anything on your record. Now, if you've been evicted from homes, had your car repoed, or anything like that, that could be civil, and that happens to the best of us, okay? So I'm just saying, there's going to be things like that they can stop your application going in for citizenship. They don't actually, what they're trying to do, really, in my opinion, is they want to get rid of permanent residency. They don't want these permanent residents. They want you to become straight up citizens. Yeah, so I think they may be fading it out. Fading it out. Once, say you have you come in immigration, you're on probation, right? You're on probation. You get a temporary card, for 2 or 3 years, or how long it is, I can't remember. And then you go in for an interview again, say in 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, and you have another interview, and then you get your permanent residency. Everything else stays the same, like your social security number or anything like that, your works permit, for your social security number. That don't change, but your card will, and you get a permanent residency. I think they're going to make you, more or less, get you to become a citizen right away. Now, a lot of people probably don't have a problem with becoming a citizen. But if you're like me, I've find it very hard to become a citizen of the United States of America. I've had my form stuck in my suitcase with my paperwork for lots and lots of years. I've been here 33 years. And, I got married to an American, but I didn't marry him to become an American. I didn't marry him to become American. I came over here because that was his job. He was in the military. But I didn't come over here to become American. I'm still British. I'm still from England. And I just felt like, wow, I'm going to give up my citizenship. Why should I? He never gave his citizenship up for me. But why should he? So it's kind of like, once you're British, you're always British. You're proud to be British. Or if you're American, you're proud to be an American. So that's kind of where I stood on that. Now, once you become an American citizen, you have to pledge the allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to which it stands. And I'm like, yeah. But to the Americans, you are no longer, you are an American citizen. But to the British people, to the British government, to the British citizens of Great Britain, they don't renounce your citizenship when you become a citizen of another country. Like United States of America. So you can have both passports still. The only thing in becoming a citizen is that you can now vote who you want for your presidency. The President of the United States of America, which I've never voted. And another thing you can do jury duty, which I've never done, but I have been requested to do it and fill out the application, and I ticked the box and declined because I am not a United States citizen and I was free to go. And so I did not have to appear in a lineup, as you say. So you can't join military jobs, like the military, postal workers, I think, anything to do with the government, you can't work in unless you are a citizen of the United States of America, which I find fair. I would only think that, that's fair. It's your country, But that's about it. And you can do anything else more or less just like a citizen would, except vote. Don't ever vote. If you are new to this country and you don't know all the laws and you think you can get away with trying to vote, trying to do jury duty, don't even do it. Don't think about it. It's a no-no. You can get kicked out the country and never to come back again. So never vote and never do jury duty. There is a box. If you ever get a summons to do jury duty, to be one of them to may be selected to do jury duty, and you have to appear in the courthouse, just send that paper back that they send you through the mail, and you tick the box and you sign it and send it back, and they will excuse you. No ifs or buts, guys. And if they try to ever do that to you, don't fall for it. You cannot vote or do jury duty. Just remember. And you can't work for government jobs. And the way this is going right now, there may be a few more laws that you cannot be doing. But other than that, they're tightening up. They are tightening the screws. I'm telling you, it's getting tighter. And so that's about it, guys. You more or less are free to come and go in any state you want to go to. Hawaii, Alaska, any little islands they have. As long as you are a permanent resident of the United States, you can go any place that a U.S. citizen can go. And just don't lie about nothing. Oh, and don't stay out the country too long. Don't stay out the country too long. They're cracking down on that. They're cracking down how long a permanent resident can stay out the country for. There is different rules for a citizen, so watch out for that. Because they can revoke your card if you do that, if you stay out the country too long. So that would be tightening down on that. So, I have to read up on these new laws because it applies to me. It applies to me. So, um, and then there's some more. The USCIS also expand the list of behaviors that would reflect an absence of good moral character. One of the key requirements for nationalization, the new guidance details 15 examples of unlawful acts that reflect on moral character and nationalization purposes, such as bail jumping, bank fraud, failure to file or pay taxes, and false claim to U.S. citizenship. Oh God. So, you can be arrested, but just don't bail jump. You can't do bank fraud, and you must file your taxes. Boy, I never filed my taxes one year. Oh, that was a long time ago. But that don't go into effect. It's going into effect, but it don't affect me. I just didn't file my taxes. I wasn't even in the country, and I was in England, and it was too late to file my taxes, so I thought I'd file them the following year. And so those are the kind of things that's going to tightening up, and it's going into effect, guys. And if you do any of these, it could stop your application for citizenship, plus you could be deported. There's some good news, though, for immigrants who want to be citizens, but to change is looming. But there's good news. There's good news, guys. More immigration forms available for online filing. Yeah. The transition from paper to digital applicants for immigration benefits is an important priority for the USCIS. The government agency stated in the news release about its 2019 accomplishments. So, I got the paper one, but now I can do it online if I want. You can do it online. So, for those people that can't get out and about and they want to get rid of this paper, stamps, it saves them money and everything like that. And plus it gets to them quicker, it doesn't get lost in the post. There's benefits to this. And so it is said the new forms for electric filing during 2020 would include the I-485 application to register permanent residency or adjust status, the I-765 application for employment application, the I-131 application for travel document, the I-129 petition for non-immigrant worker, and the I-589 application for asylum and for withholding of removal. The new digital forms will be added to a series of self-help online tools that now allow immigrants to follow the process of their cases and help to to expedite the process. And it's now faster for immigrants to help their relatives become U.S. residents here. And this one is about the on public charge grounds blocks path to green card. See, I knew they're coming up with something. You know, a permanent residency card is a green card, okay? You call it a green card. There's a couple of names for it. And they've amended the regulations related to public charge as a ground of imminent to obtaining permanent residency status or entering the United States with an immigrant visa. The final rule includes definitions of certain terms critical to the public charge determination as detailed in the Federal Registry, and that was in August 2019. A public charge is an individual who receives one or more designated public benefit for more than 12 months. USCIS amended the regulations related to the public charge as a ground of impediment of obtaining permanent resident status or entering the United States for an immigrant visa. The final rule includes definitions of certain terms critical to the public charge determination as detailed in the Federal Registry in August. A public charge is an individual who receives one or more designated public benefits for more than 12 months in the aggregate within any 36-month period. The public assistance can come from 9 programs including Medicare, public housing, and food stamps. 13 states have gone to court to block the public charge rule, therefore delaying its implementation. But on Monday, January the 27th, the U.S. Supreme Court lifted a nationwide injunction, and the USCIS will start implementing the measures on the 24th of February 2020. Did that make sense? Yeah. It might have made sense to some out there. But these changes are coming into effect, and people are trying to stop certain laws coming into effect, certain changes, because you are only human. You work, you lose your job like anybody else, or you lose your job and you don't get no benefits like a lot of people. You don't get no benefits. They don't care if you can't pay your bills. The government don't give you help to help you pay your rent unless you are in poverty or on welfare. That's about the only time any anybody gets any help. Now, a person that is on government assistance, say they get help with rent, low income housing, food stamps, they get free childcare, they get a bus pass, they get lots of benefits, right? They get free healthcare. There's lots of things that they get, right? But you can have a person and then they get help with their college. They get help with different programs that they can get degrees on, free schooling, further education. And then you have somebody that earns just over, you gotta be, and plus you get a tax break on your rent if you are below $25,000 a year, but you are living in poverty. Now, once you go over that $25,000 a year, or whatever it might be 24 something, but let's stick at 25,000. Once you go over that, you don't get nothing. You could be $50 over and you don't get none of them benefits that the other person kept herself under 25. All because you earn $50 more. And that's just a sample. That's just a sample. Why a lot of people keep themselves down. They deliberately keep them under this amount per year because they work the system and they get all these benefits. And when you total it up, if you total it up, you know that's free healthcare, childcare. Boy, they must be getting $50,000 a year in benefits, all kinds of benefits. That's childcare, that's food stamps, that's college, that's bus passes. It works out a lot of money per year, doesn't it, guys? Yes. So why don't you just, like the government, work this welfare system out a little bit more equal? Because there are needy families out there that worked and struggled and didn't take nothing off the government. And when they need a little help, there is nothing. You won't help them. You won't give them no money to tide them over until they can get another job, because it does take time to get another job. Not only interviews, it takes, the process takes a long time. It takes weeks to get the interview, to get your medical, to get started, to go through pay periods. It takes a while to get another paycheck. There should be help out there from the government to help people like the working people that work and struggle and they are the ones that are in poverty. They are the ones that are paying all their bills. They can't even afford medical because they're too worried about paying their housing, their bills, food on the table, everything. Or maybe even putting their kids through college or something, and school vacations or something like that. So maybe the government needs to look into that part of the system. So guys, it's got all to do with, immigration laws and what a permanent resident is going to be entitled to versus a citizen. And believe me, they're going to scare the jeebers out of people. what happens when you get older? What happens? What happens to permanent residents when they get older? What are they going to do? They're not entitled to nothing? Or they're going to make it harder for them to be entitled to anything? See, this is going to scare a lot of people. Now, I mean, I've been here 33 years. So, I'm getting older. And I was nearly 27 when I come here. I wasn't young, but I wasn't old. But now I'm getting older and older and older. And we know what happens. I mean, I'm pretty fit and everything, but that doesn't mean I could fall down and hurt myself. I mean, I have. I've hurt my knee. There's a number of things that I've done, but I've just worked through it. And of course, I've had jobs with good medical insurance. But the thing is, you're going to get older, and things happen when you get older. You don't know what's going to happen to you. Have a stroke, have a heart attacks, get dementia. There's, seriously hurt your back. Is this new laws going to affect a permanent residence against a citizen? They're going to scare you into becoming one when you don't really want to because you're happy as you are. I mean, there's lots of people that have just been a permanent resident for many years, like me. And they just renewed their card every 10 years. Every 10 years. And it costs you every time you do it. And it's not a little bit. It's like $600. And it's like a driving license. But it's a bit more in depth. But it's weird how that's nearly $600. I think it's 400 and something. It's 500, but plus, because you have to get your pictures taken and everything. And they want them taken the way they want them, not your way. They send you to the person they want you to get them taken by, which that's why it costs money. And so by the time you're done, it's like $600. Now the application fee for citizenship is the same. $600, maybe $700. Say $700 to $800 because you still have to get pictures and stuff like that. So it's just to give you a little info on what can mess you up. What are they trying to do? We've got to know our rights. We got to know our rights. And maybe some of these laws that Trump is putting in is not moral. It's not. It's not. And when these effects go in, it's not so much in certain states that it's going to bother them, because in certain states there's not a lot of immigration there, but there is in California, there is in Florida, a lot of people on the coast, the nice sunny states, but mainly it's like Florida and California, mainly California probably. That's what I'm figuring out, because Trump is building that wall, and who knows, he might be spending longer at the White House because people are liking what he's doing. He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job, even though I might not have voted for him, but I think he's pretty funny. And he can be serious when needed. He's a businessman. He wants to get something done. He's gonna get it done. He wants to build a wall. He found a way to build that wall. Not only he started it, and it's being built, and it's probably nearly all the way done now. And I think he's doing a pretty good job. So if I was able to vote, I think I would vote for Trump. Because at this stage of the game, I haven't heard of anyone that would interest me at this time. Even though in the past I never really got into politics. I'd be like, taking my own vote kind of in my head, kind of saying, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. But I've never had to vote, so I didn't care less who gets in because it's no odds to me. Well, it is odds to me if you want to think about it, because it does bother me because I'm not a citizen, but yet I'm a permanent resident. And if you do wage cuts, this cut, jobless, it affects me too. So it affects everybody. He said, good morals are the key to becoming a U.S. citizen. These unlawful acts could block immigrants. Yeah? These unlawful acts could block immigrants. You see, there's United States of America's passport. So guys, if you are thinking to becoming a U.S. citizen, time is to act now. If you really want to, I suggest you go online and start the process now. And I think there's going to be a lot of applications. Now, if you act early this year, it'll be normal process, probably as normal. But the later on in the year, these laws are coming into effect. Now, when we mentioned about the citizenship test, where you take a little history test and you do this and you do that, and they're going to make it a lot harder. The only thing I think they're going to do different is you had a history test of, United States, who was the president, who's on Mount Rushmore, say, or, the Civil War, or whatever questions they're going to ask you. It's a history test. It's eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's a multiple choice, I guess. You don't know. You're not going to know what questions they're going to ask you. But they give you a book to study. And I guess you either know it or you don't. But the only thing different, I think they're going to do a government thing. I think that's the only thing different. I think you're going to have to know your politics. And stuff like that. But they will give you a book to study. Whatever questions are going to be asked of you, they will give you a book to study. And of course, you've got to be able to talk English. Now they're going to, and that's the other one they're going to give you. They're going to give you a test on how well you speak English. Now they're going to ask you a few questions, a bunch of questions, and you are going to have to comprehend that and repeat it in English or answer in English. Now, What's basic English to some people? Is basic English broken English? You know what you want to say, but you can't pronounce it? What's basic English? Hello, how are you today? What's your name? What color is the sky? Where are you going? Where's the bus station? Where's the train station? I'm having a heart attack, or I'm sick. I need the hospital. What questions are they going to ask you to repeat in English? I hope they don't ask me that silly question, okay? Well, they can ask me what they like. I've been here too long, I know the American words. I know the American words by now. So, guys, thank you for stopping by. I know I, kept on a little bit about this, but it's a very interesting subject to a lot of people. And you might not want to become a citizen. You might be a citizen already. But you never know. You might marry a foreigner one day. And you might want to bring her to good old USA. And you're going to have to know what you are getting into. So guys, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like and share. Tell people about the immigration laws that are coming into effect. And don't forget to sub to my channel and press that notification bell so you can be notified on further updates of immigration. And I'll see you in the comments.